Hi students, welcome to Engineering Graphics. This is isometric projection number 5, video number 5. In this problem, we have a hexagonal prism lying on the ground on a rectangular face. Not standing, it is lying on the ground on a rectangular face. On its center, on the center of the top rectangular face, a cylinder is standing. Agreed? A cylinder is standing. The side of the hexagonal prism is 30 mm and the axis length is 70 mm, and the cylinder is 50 mm diameter and 60 mm tall. I repeat the question. The hexagonal prism 30 mm side, 70 mm axis lies on the ground on a rectangular face. On the top rectangular face stands a cylinder 50 mm diameter, 60 mm tall. Where is the cylinder standing? Cylinder is not standing there. Cylinder is not standing here. Cylinder is standing at the center. So that the axis of the cylinder, when extended, will go and meet the center of the axis of the prism. Midpoint of the axis of the prism. That means it is placed centrally. You are asked to draw the isometric view. Very, very nice question. What you do first is draw a hexagon. It's compulsory here. Without drawing the hexagon, you cannot draw. Draw a hexagon. Inscribe this hexagon in a rectangle. I have named this hexagon A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash, E dash, F dash, G dash, H dash, I dash, J dash, K dash, L dash. Naming is not actually necessary. Just to bring in some confidence, you can better name them. That's all. Inscribe it in a box. What's the box? We are familiar with this box. We have done it earlier. 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash, 6 dash, 7 dash, and then 8 dash. Here the hexagon is seen in the elevation. That's why the dashes are coming. Earlier when you were standing, hexagon was seen in the plan. Here hexagon is seen in the elevation. So draw the hexagon, inscribe it in the box. Now, be careful. Listen very, very carefully. Draw the vertical axis and a 30-degree axis. Vertical axis and the 30-degree axis. Take this one, measure 1, 2, draw vertical line, 3, 4. What is 1, 2, 3, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4 is the isometric view of the rectangle 1, 2, 3, 4, inside which the hexagonal prism is lying. I think my dimensions are slightly bigger. I am going to slightly reduce it. Okay. Now, inside this you have to locate what? The points of the hexagon. A, B, D, E, C, F. Now what? This is the other 30-degree axis. Through these 6 points. Now before that you can join them. Through these 6 points, draw lines parallel to this axis. The depth parallel to the axis. How much? 70. Connect. I am not following dimensions and instruments, so you naturally have to expect slight differences in the shape and the dimensions. You have got the hexagonal prism now. This is the hexagonal prism. How is the prism? The hexagonal prism is lying on the ground on a rectangular face. Agreed? Now, which is the top rectangular face? This is the top rectangular face. You can see it's a top rectangular face. Where is its center? You can find out the center. Get its center, connect them by a line. Get its center, draw a line. That's a geometrical center of the top rectangular face. Agreed? Geometrical center of the top rectangular face. Agreed? Now, the cylinder is standing there. Cylinder diameter is 50, radius is 25. Measure 25 to that side, this side, and this side. 25. Agreed? Then, don't connect them. Draw parallel lines. What do you get? You get a rhombus. What size? 50 side. These are the four corners of the rhombus. These are the four corners of the rhombus. What side? 50 side. Take 60 up from all the four corners. Take 60 up from all the four corners. You get what? You get another rhombus on the top. In the top rhombus, draw an ellipse. What does the ellipse represent? The ellipse represents the top circular face of the cylinder. How do you do that? Draw the larger diagonal. Join the obtuse angles to the centers of the opposite side. Draw an arc. What do you get? You get an ellipse. Do the same thing in the bottom rhombus. Larger diagonal. Join the obtuse angles to the centers of the opposite sides. Dotted, firm. Tangents on the sides. What are these tangents? These tangents are the sides of the cylinder. The cylinder is standing there. Now, what about the prism? The prism edge. This is the cylinder. Inside the cylinder, these portions of the prism will be invisible. This also will be invisible. You have drawn the prism and the cylinder. You can mark the dimensions. 30. $70. $5.50. $60. If you want to mark the axis of the cylinder, that also can be comfortably done. OP axis of the cylinder. This corners A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. That can also be. Very, very interesting question. Not very easy, I tell you. Not very easy. To visualize the elevation like this and reproduce the prism lying like this itself is a task. Unless you are very confident, you will find it difficult. So you have to draw and learn this. Don't see and be sufficient happy with it. Draw this once, at least once, so that it become very, very familiar to you. Okay? Thank you.